we go again. So, I found a map so that I can now figure out where to go. Yeah, just took a quick break to check that video to make sure everything was good. I think this format is working, and I think it's actually going to be tricky because, what's it called? The files seem to be huge, so I'm totally new to all this. So hopefully I can share this with you guys on Google Drive and that'll actually work, but we'll see. In the meantime, yeah, it's called Timberwolf Mountain, not Timberwolf Falls, which I thought was kind of funny, because Timberwolf Falls is a ride at Canada's Wonderland. That's just kind of funny, but it's one of the water rides. So I found out that I can actually get to another location relatively easily if I don't get lost, and it's back this way. And that will bring me to Pleasant Valley, which is definitely a good spot. Pretty sure I grabbed everything from there. The reason I didn't pick up the mountaineering rope is because it's not super light. Actually, in fact, it's very heavy. And so I find that maybe this is just the noob in me, but I can't really remember where the rope locations are that are worthwhile. Sometimes the ropes spawn in automatically, so I've never really found it super optimal to carry that around everywhere. They're like 5 kilograms or 5 pounds each. So yeah, that's not good. 5 kilograms. Quite heavy. Anywho, so wind chill is a factor in this game, as well as, it's kind of useful, as well as the wind pushing you. So if you're walking into the wind, you move slower. So that's a annoying thing. I thought that was a bear. I'm pretty sure I just have to stay to the south here. The thing about the maps that you can find for this game is they're all user created, and there's actually a really good set of maps by a certain user that I've been using the whole time I've been playing this game, and I forget their name. I'll mention it later. But landing gear. Okay, so there looks like there's something over there. I'm not entirely sure if it's over there or if it's over there that I'm supposed to be heading. So I'm going to try and risk it. I'm going to run a little bit and make use of that faster generating stamina we have. And okay, feels like -5. It's not so bad. It really doesn't look like this is the right way though. What do I know? I never really played in Timberwolf Mountain, kind of stayed away from it. And the thing about this game is it's very much, well, the amount of time you spend outside is basically the major factor. You have to keep running around. You have to keep moving to different locations because you run out of resources. You have to be an interloper. And, part of that involves not wasting your time running around in useless places, and so navigation becomes a huge factor, more so than I guess more so than most games. They call this, I think on the forums, I'm not sure if it was actually Hinterland or the company that made this game that called it, but they refer to it as a navigation or a landmark survival game. So you really have to, hey, maybe this is it. You really have to know where you're going to hit those major landmarks. So, I'm going to be going into Pleasant Valley. Now, Pleasant Valley is a funny name for it because I think it's supposed to be ironic. While I'll have a lot of the major locations, landmarks, it's got really high winds, a lot of open areas, and everything is also spaced quite far apart because it's a valley. So we come down from the mountain, head into the valley, and the farmhouse is here. A major, what's it called? A radio tower. There's a radio tower here. and in those locations we can find some pretty good stuff, but getting there can get you hypothermia if you're not careful. So it is going to be nighttime soon. Now, I'm not particularly tired, and this is part of the problem for how I slept a little bit earlier. If I take that rope down, like I said before, I will get more tired, which is kind of good, specifically with what I was just saying. Yeah, this is a risk. Okay, everything's a risk. Let's just do it. So, I gotta wait until my energy comes back. I'm pretty sure, okay, it is mostly back, so I'm just gonna try and climb down. There's some cedar wood here. Hop to the ledge. Saves some time too, I'm pretty sure. Grab the sticks. Grab the rope again. Look at the eye symbol in the bottom left. I am definitely losing energy pretty quick. But let me finish that train of thought. Losing energy right now is quite good because then I become more tired, which means I can rest at the farmhouse, for example. And then I'll be able to get back some condition. I'll take this cooking pot. They're quite heavy, but pretty handy when I don't have any guaranteed yet. So I'll be dropping that off in the farmhouse itself, likely. But the other thing about getting to the farmhouse that's essential is there will be water there. Because in this game, anywhere that there's a toilet, you can get toilet water. I'm guessing it's from the back tank. It's surprising, but it's huge, and it's a really helpful thing, because otherwise the only way to get water, or I guess the better way to put it is the other way to regenerate thirst is through pop, or through melting snow, or other spawned water things, water bottles, etc. They're not super common though, so oh boy. Yeah, so right now what I'm going to try and do is make my way to the farmhouse, I think, even though there's likely other things to get before that. It's kind of a newbie kind of approach, perhaps. And for example, there was a car over that way. So this is the kind of thing, you know, there's all of these little possibilities along the way if you know where you're going. And I didn't open up the map of Pleasant Valley, in part because I didn't want to try to go at this as, you know, put as much difficulty on myself as I can. Checking the maps is pretty essential though, so I probably won't hold myself to that. But yeah, the farmhouse is all the way over there. This is Pleasant Valley. Right now it's actually not so bad, it's only -5, but it's also daytime, so if I don't get there, if I get there, you know, pretty soon I'll be good. But I think right now I'm in the northern half of Pleasant Valley, and I don't know this region super well. The radio tower is actually quite close. I might be able to stop by there first. I should focus on this because it's pretty dangerous. So what I'm doing is I'm crouch walking, and I'm kind of just doing the standard Skyrim, like wiggle side to side, try to find the slope with the least drop. I'm pretty sure there's a bear down here. He might be farther over. Oh, fuck. Okay. But, yeah. That's kind of funny. Well, this may not be, again, the most efficient route. At least I can see where I'm going. Keep track, so I know that the farmhouse is still that way. I'm gonna try and walk a little bit. Right now this is southeast, or southwest, I guess. To try and get to that ski or radio tower, because there tends to be good technology items, like good top tier items there. But I'm also really thirsty, so that's kind of a problem. You lose a lot of condition when you have thirst, as you can expect. And you can see my condition bar in the bottom left is that heart bar.
Getting kind of thirsty.
No kidding. So, what I might want to do... Oh my god, did I actually... I was thinking maybe that the radio tower is up there and I just came down from the hill, but it's not. Okay, so no, you know what? I'm just gonna head straight to the farmhouse. It's quite a ways off. But, oh shit. Okay, I'm not where I thought I was. That is on a farmhouse. That's a barn. Reed is not gonna let me let that down, I'm sure. Okay, so that changes things a little bit. I'm definitely not gonna have time to check out that barn just yet. That's okay. So these are essential. And if I was better at the game, I probably would have followed more rivers along the way to get to where I'm going, because excuse me. Because you find cattails all along the way, and then it's actually a really important, really helpful, not respawnable, but it's a major source of calories. And in fact, I actually don't have that much food on me, which I didn't really take into account, but you start off with a significant amount of calories. So I'm currently still not even hungry yet. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run to this farmhouse, try and find some stuff. I already got the heavy hammer, which is actually pretty great. It changes up the order of things that I need to do, because one of the only other reasons to go to that barn would be to have the possibility of finding a heavy hammer, but since I already got it at a pretty small location, it's actually quite lucky. So what instead I'm going to do is I'm going to head to this farmhouse and then up that hill over there where the radio tower is, and behind the radio tower is access to the dam. And the dam brings you to one of the most sustainable regions.
Could eat anything right now.
One of the easiest regions to live in, which is the Mystery Lake region, but that's a few days ahead. So, in the meantime, I'm gonna get some water at the house. Actually, I can just go this way. Maybe find some cattails. No. No cattails. That's alright. Hopefully there's some food at the house. However, because it's such a calm night, or calm day, sorry, it's likely that tomorrow it's going to be windy and crazy. And probably a lot colder than it is now. So I'm often tempted to try and take advantage of these kinds of conditions. I may end up sleeping in the radio tower, but that would be pushing it quite a bit, so I'm going to try and see if that's an option. Okay, so the cellar of the house. I don't have really great lighting. Actually, that's not true. I have the storm lantern. Okay, so I might be able to use this, hopefully sparingly, and so I can get through here quickly. That's good. Some matches there. Let's see, it's been a while. Whetstone, magnifying lens, huge find, in the dark even. I don't have a pry bar yet, so I can't get into all of these things, but I'm gonna light this up just to be sure. Ooh, there's something there. Oh, another hammer, damn. Some cured leather. A fishing book. There's quite a bit of oil. Oh, purification tablets. That's right.
Nobody needs this anymore.
They're not super handy, super useful, but it's okay. Hey, thermal underwear. I just found something else too. What was it? Socks. Jesus Christ. I had those since forgot to put those on. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's most of it. I'm gonna check the filing cabinet, but I'm gonna do it in the dark. So that lantern actually has quite a bit of oil in it, which is nice. I'm losing condition from thirst here, though. I can't remember if you start off with any water. No, you don't. None. Okay. Means I need to go inside the house then. Well, that was pretty good. Finding a magnifying glass is huge this early on. Means I get to save a lot of matches. Many, many matches will be saved. Assuming that it stays sunny, which it doesn't. But I might be able to... Yeah, see, this vast region also plays host to some of Great Bear's most unpredictable weather. That's why we want to get out of Pleasant Valley ASAP. So, the farmhouse is quite nice because it has this little side house, which is actually not exactly indoors, but not exactly outdoors either. So you can store stuff outside, technically, in that little chamber and in a little porch, and it stays longer. The condition goes down a lot slower, but it also doesn't. You don't have to be super cold, which is nice. So yeah, like I thought, there'd be a lot of. Ooh, okay. You know what? I might be able to cook up a lot of water though, if I want to. I can consider doing that later. The thing about this house is it has 2 toilets as well. So lots and lots of water. Here we go. Take all that water.
I need to find a place to rest.
Not yet, you don't. Here we go. So we'll drink our fill, and hopefully it'll help us stop losing this condition so fast. It's also nice to be able to search this place with a little bit of light, because I don't have to use my lantern oil. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Guess it's getting dark pretty soon. Okay, I can check all those in the dark. Doesn't really matter. Try to be quick about this stuff. So, the fact that I have such... I'm starting to lose energy here. Well, you're always losing energy, but I'm a little bit low on energy, so my carry capacity is actually lower than max. And as I'm picking up all these books, I'm thinking to myself that those are actually kind of heavy. But books early on are one of the best things to start a fire with. I think it has like a base 80% chance with a map. And starting fires is a pain in the ass in this game. But once you start a fire, you're set. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. I think I just got 2 of the best jackets in the game. Ski jacket is, I think, the best outer layer, and there's a certain I think it's a Mackinac jacket, which is a good inner layer. It's one of those thick plaid jackets, but for now that's actually really, really good, especially here, because there's two conditions. So yeah, here's the other water fountain. Glug glug. Yeah, there's 2 conditions to gear when it comes to its warmth, and one of them is its wind resistance. Sorry, there's 3. There's wind resistance, and then there's also water resistance, as well as armor. Anywho, the ski jackets are quite good outer layers because they have good water resistance, and they're not too heavy, which is also helpful. So, kind of going through this a little bit quick. There's likely things in dark corners and under beds and things like that, so gotta be careful not to miss that kind of stuff, because it is not good to miss those sorts of things. This game really gives you very few resources, so you don't want to
end up being useful.
Mess around. Clothing. I'm a noob. There we go. Yeah, I've actually got decent gear to begin with, or already. Okay. So I get another one. That's great. Okay. So I could warm up in this bed, or I could head up to the radio tower, although I do hear the wind is starting to pick up. One thing I like to do to spend time here is to tear down all these curtains, because then you get a bunch of extra cloth, which is handy. However, the weather has been a concern, or is a concern. It should be a concern. And if I dawdle, then what's going to happen is I'll get stuck here. And although that will give me time to cut down all those curtains and maybe repair my gear and whatnot. Hey, food.
You can always use more food.
That's right. In general, you just don't want to stay still too much. So, hey, oh boy, okay. This is changing things. I know you're thinking maybe you just got here, why would you go back outside already? But you gotta keep moving. At least that's how I play this game. Okay. Let's see. I do have the heavy hammer. In fact, I think I picked up both of them, which is kind of silly. So I can drop one of those. That'll at least save me a couple kilograms. I don't need the... it's nice to have at least one cooking pot with me. But... yeah. I also have quite a bit of wood on me. So... ooh, it's a tricky decision. Decisions. Okay, so it is getting dark. The idea is that if I go up to that tower, or sorry, the radio tower, I'm not gonna come back here. And so I have to hope that I got enough. At least I won't come back here for a while. So what I can do is I can gather a bit of this cloth, warm up a bit more. I am getting hungry, and it is getting dark now. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just try and keep going. There's usually coffee up at the radio tower too, but no stove to make it on. So we'll see. I'm gonna push it. -18, yeah, it's only gonna get colder, too. And I'm tired. Yeah, this is gonna be pushing it a bit.
So hungry.
You know what? I might just, yeah, instead I'm going to just check this car, and the weather's not gonna get that much worse than this. Not gonna be. Take my time a bit. There are other things to find in Pleasant Valley that I can prioritize. So what I'll actually do is I'm just going to stick around in this farmhouse for tonight, and I'll try and gather up a few more of those cloths. There's not that much daylight, so I can't really repair my clothing, but I have enough water to stay out, or to hold out here for a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a trip to that barn tomorrow. I see it's already super dark in here, so it makes doing anything, and also just the footage, kind of shitty. But you can break down things in the dark, so I'm going to do that a little bit. You'll see that I'm losing condition because I'm hungry. But what I want to do is I want to sleep through as much of the night as possible, because that's when it's coldest. And hopefully, using these windows, I can figure out my way up to the bedroom. Not get stuck on things. Oh, it's such a pain in the ass. Okay. There's the little bathroom. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Oops. Oh, I was nowhere near where I thought I was. I thought I was there over there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, yeah, rest here for tonight. Double check if there's anything handy here that I missed. I want to get a bit more sunlight. And then run over to the barn, and then we'll make our way up to the radio tower, hopefully. Okay, so let me just turn that out. I'm going to eat some of the heavier food I have. I'm not sure, did I get a can opener? No, I didn't. Okay, so then in that case, I'm gonna hold on to the cans that require a can opener. I'm just gonna start with these granola bars. They tend to last longer, but when you open things with a can opener, you don't lose as much food. So I'm going to... Sorry, what I mean to say is that if you open cans without a can opener, you lose some of the food value. So that's not a thing you want to be doing. So I'm gonna eat. I think that's plenty. Yeah, it's plenty. So now I just drink up some more water and double check. I got 26 kilograms on me already, so that's actually quite a bit. My clothes are doing kind of poorly, but this should be okay for now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest, and I'm going to take a quick break here, and in the morning I will start up the next little video, because I think these videos are going to be huge, and I'm not properly uploading them efficiently and whatnot, so I'm going to try and sleep as long as I can. I think if you get to 10 hours, you get the most condition back, and you just want to have full thirst, that way you're not losing any thirst at all. Or you don't lose any condition while you're sleeping. So I'm going to try and do the full 11 hours, and that'll save, and that will give me quite a bit of condition back. I think I was at like 60 before, so daytime here, condition way back up, drink some water, and it's sounding windy out there, so boy. Okay, well, we're gonna have to try and see where that goes. Super hungry again. Alright, see you guys in a bit.